What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I appreciate those of you that were hanging out waiting for the stream to start. Those of you stopping by checking out the replay, though, make sure to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so when we do these live chats, you can take part right along with us. So I got this in yesterday. I knew it was coming. The Arabians Tonka Montale clone, Noir d'Arabie, I believe is how you say that. Pendora since Paris Corner. Aroma Concept sent this my way. Asked if I wanted to check it out. I was like, yeah, absolutely. I've heard so many good things about Arabians Tonka, which I haven't tried the original. I'm starting with the clone. I was like, why the hell not? So, like, I don't even want to bother waiting for anything. Like, I figured I got a little time to kill before my live stream with Justin in 2 hours. Figured, let's do this. I want to talk about this. I want to smell this. So it probably won't be as long of a live stream as they've been as of late. We're busting this open here in a minute. We're going to wait about 10 minutes, give everybody an opportunity to get here that wants to be here. First and foremost, in honor of today's stream with Justin, Parfums de Marley Layton. Was just in the mood for it. I was wanting to wear a PDM, and even though it was in the back of the line in my collection, it's the one that I said, yeah, I got to go that route because it's not hot outside. It's not cold outside. It's somewhere in the middle in the, high 60s. It's a nice, mild day. Great day to wear Layton. Why the hell not? So crisp apple, Vicks Vapor Rub opening from the Mentholic Geranium with some very spicy, very, very spicy, but most notably cardamom and a thick vanilla. This is good stuff. Beastly performance too. At least on me it is. It's really strong stuff. So let's see who's doing what, wearing what in the chat. Make sure to hit that thumbs up on the way in, guys, if you don't mind. All genres bops. Yep, 2 lives today. Who the man, you the man. Haven't slept since I got out of work, so I'll catch this on replay. I need a power nap before I pick up my son. Well, man, I appreciate you at least making the effort to get you a nap. Don't need to be sleepy on the road. Go and pick your kid up, my man. I appreciate you. Won't be able to catch the stream. I tune them at work. Yeah, it's earlier in the day than usual. I get that. Not that this is much earlier than we normally do, so totally understand. When people can make it, that's great. If not, there's always the replay. So I appreciate you anyways. We're in Kismet Angel. Early. Yeah, well, that's because in 2 hours I have a stream with Justin, so I didn't want to do 3 o'clock because typically I don't stream on Wednesdays. But since I'm streaming with Justin today, I was like, what the hell? I got this in. The timing was perfect. I was like, let's do that. That's a great topic. Let's do that. Had a great stream with Randy and Dedrick last night. For those of you that didn't see that, Joel, good to see you. Sugar Dude's wearing 9 a.m. dive. So yet again, Invictus Victory Elixir. Boy, you are digging that one, huh, Noah? Noticing a very prominent smoky vibe in the dry. Yeah, there's a lot of incense in it. That's why I'm such a fan. It's incense heavy. Blue Chanel EDP. Been a while since I used this one. Ross, need your help. Lamal Elixir, Code Absolute, or Stronger With You. I'm going Lamal Elixir in this situation. If we're talking the original Stronger With You, that's a close second, though, because that's a line that I strongly encourage checking out the original first, because all of the flankers, literally every single one of them, you smell the original in there. So if you get familiar with the base DNA, I really believe it makes the experience and the understanding of each flanker that much better, especially with that line. So that's some food for thought for Stronger With You, but gun to my head, I kind of got to go with Lamal Elixir here. Devin, good to see you. Let's see. Givenchy Gentleman Reserve Privé, that's a good one. Noel, Sin of the Morning, was wearing Cedrat Boisé. Fallen in love all over again and refreshed with Chrome Pure. It's so good. Oh, my God. It's a happy scent. All right, 10-4. 10-4. Strong With You, absolutely. And Arabian Oud Rasala. Excellent choices as far as during the day, for sure. I've never tried what you're wearing in the evening, though. I've had the original Tonka, amazing fragrance and beast mode performance. What's Montale? I expect that with Montale. I expect beastly stuff typically. Jaguar Classic Chromite. Never tried that one, Paul. Brass and Soul for Kevin. That would make Justin very, very happy. Tonka Cola, native 78. You're the one to beat. You're the one to beat right now. Couldn't find this clone in my country yet. As far as I know, this just came out. I know Paris Corner made a post like within the last week about it. Like this, I think this just released in the last 2 weeks. So I'm excited to check it out. As soon as he sent me the picture, I said, that's Arabians Tonka, isn't it? He said, sure is. Because the bottle even looks like it. Like, not exact. Like, it looks more like a Mancera bottle, but it's the same color scheme. Like, the same visual appearance for the most part as far as the way it's set up. Well, you'll see in a minute. Got about 5 more minutes to get caught up. Brioni EDP Intense. I'm planning on wearing Brioni EDP tomorrow. It's literally right there. That's my plan for tomorrow. I haven't worn the original in a while. Wearing Percival. We'll be talking about that one in the stream. We have 7 very specific ones that we're going to, rank and why versus one of those. We're talking about, both of us are going to be talking about the same 7 Parfums de Marly fragrances, but you got to tune in to see what. Obviously, Leighton and Percival are 2 of them, and I'll leave it at that. So, Hindu Kush, I haven't tried in forever. I remember it not really smelling like marijuana. It smells more like an earthy green fragrance with some citrus. Chatting your videos, great help in wearing daily fragrances. Well, I sure appreciate you. Thank you. AC Absolute, AC. Armani Code Absolute. Okay. Gotcha. High 60s up here in Illinois too. Perfect for Chrome Pure. It's the day Spectra Ghost. I've heard good things. I know it's sold out pretty quickly on Fragrance Buy. I'm going to have to check it out at some point because I love Ani. Nishane Ani. And supposedly it's really good. Memoir Man for AM. Rocking another Amouage. Hell yeah. I've heard good things about that one. Honor Man, Dia Man, fragrances like that. I just haven't tried them. This one's been on my list for a while as far as Amouage. I want to get a sample first. I typically try not to blind buy anything from Amouage because it's risky business, I think. Marlboro Legend EDP, that's my favorite. My favorite in that line. What's going on, Spencer? Polo Deep Blue Parfum, still hot in Cali. Wano Cho is in the house wearing Aqua Wood. Super versatile. Ordered Black Gold. I did too. I ended up buying 5 fragrances last night. I'm going to save that one. So I have a monthly video that I do for Fragrance Buy, part of the partnership with the channel. And I usually just buy some fragrances and do a haul. And then we'll talk about whatever they've got going on. So they have something going on at the end of the month. So I'm going to save that second haul because literally tomorrow, the haul I just bought a few days prior is coming in. So we'll do that haul, but the one with Black Gold we'll save for, I think it's 27th will be that video, I think. So we'll save that haul for that, which it shipped already. I got the email like 20 minutes ago. I ordered it last night and it shipped already. Yeah, it was great. It was my favorite in last night's live stream. I had to buy it. I absolutely bought it. Naxos is your sin of the day. Gentleman EDP. That's my favorite in that line. Don't forget that thumbs up. Let them know. Let them know. So because it's an odd time and an extremely niche topic, one specific Middle Eastern clone, I figure we're not going to have too big of a crowd, especially the time of day really hurts, I think, because it's outside of the norm for my scheduling, for sure. And it's early. Like I said, it's midweek. It's, everybody just got off of their lunch break in a lot of places, depending on your time zone. So probably this will be the bulk of who'll be here. So I appreciate you guys being here. Tom Ford Myrrh Mystère. Ooh, I want to try that one. Ibn Fumé was so good. I'm very back and forth on getting a bottle because it's not like I have to have it, but it was a really good fragrance. And I've heard this is somewhat in the same vein. Obviously myrrh heavy. So I'd really like to try that one at some point. There we go. Black Gold. Full lemon scent today. Cool Water EDT. Steve, what's going on? Tried Eternity EDT while looking for the cologne and about vomited. Look, it's not that bad for me, but I don't like the original Eternity. I just don't. And it's crazy because that was what my dad wore. It didn't like bother me when he wore it, but I don't like it on me at all. I like all the flankers. I haven't met an Eternity flanker I didn't like. Some are more generic than others, but I don't care for it. I have a bottle just for nostalgia, just because it was my dad's thing. Rocha Salome, excellent choice. Went with Oud Wood today. Physical therapist was curious what was all over his hands. Well, you picked a good one. For the ladies, just got Mancera Black Vanilla for my wife. It is amazing. It is. My wife has a bottle. I have a bottle. Very rare will you catch me wearing it. There was a moment in time where I really appreciated it, and I still appreciate it for what it is. It's just the opening's so feminine. To get to the heart of the fragrance is a little challenging sometimes. But when that black currant starts to settle in and the vanilla creeps in more, it's gorgeous. About 30 minutes to an hour into the fragrance. It's a monster, though. It's in the same line as Red Tobacco, and it's got Red Tobacco's performance. Yeah, it's crazy. Thanks for answering my long question yesterday. Signature Rosé has been at the top of my sampling list for months now. I need to pull the trigger on a sample. Yeah, $5. $5, you can try all the different Zaharoff fragrances per. Each one's $5 a sample. Then you save 50 cents with my link because it's 10%. The lower the amount, the lower the savings, obviously. Probably go with that Burlington 1819. Man, that's amazing. Arabian Night weather here in Texas is nice for that. Okay, I'll keep looking for the cologne then. Yeah, 85 degrees today. So I'm going with Aqua de Joe Parfum. Underappreciated release for this year. I actually quite like it. I understand why they did it. And I'm kind of glad they did it. I think it's really good. It is a little fresher, a little greener than Profumo, which keeps Profumo slightly different enough for those of you that have Profumo. It's like 85, 90%, about, I would say 90% Profumo. And the only thing that's different is that it's a little greener and fresher spiced and not as smoky. Like the incense isn't as dominant early on. You dry down into the incense more. So, I mean, it's not very different, but there's subtle difference to it. Redundant. But for those of you that just love your bottle of Profumo, look at it this way. You can dress Profumo up even more now if you have both. You can wear kind of feature Profumo just in the cooler months because Parfum's better in the heat. So that's how I'm viewing having both of them anyways. So we're right over the 11-minute mark. Let's go ahead and bust this bad boy open, shall we? So thank you once again, Aroma Concepts, for sending this my way. Obviously, it has nothing to do with what I'm going to think about the fragrance. If it's shit, I'll tell you it's shit. If it's worth checking out, I'll tell you it's worth checking out. If it's just okay, then it's just okay. But we'll see. Just put that right there for now. Quick look at the box. Has the horse here. Pendora scents. Eau de Parfum, 100 ml. Nothing special. Glossy gold. So, yeah, the bottle shape, it's more like a Mancera bottle. Let me adjust the focus here for you guys. Very much like a Mancera bottle. Take that off. It looks way more like Mancera, right? It's cloning Montale, but the bottle's ripping off Mancera. So very cheap, plastic little contour, kind of like the similar contour to what you find on the rounded sides of a cool water bottle. Very similar. Nothing special here, but let's go ahead and readjust that focus back to where it's on me. Let's give it a spray on hand. 2 sprays. A lot of rose up top. Oud. I haven't looked at the notes, but it's clearly oud rose. And vanilla. Tonka bean possibly because it's a little powdery. So vanilla, tonka bean are both. Oud and rose. Oh, yeah, that's got to be some vanilla. It's creamy. I don't think I have any vanilla dominant oud rose fragrances. Nothing comes to mind. I don't think I have anything that's this kind of oud rose. This is sensual. This is a sensual profile. The rose isn't overdone here. It's a little bit of a sweet rose because, there's a lot of sweetness here with vanilla. But it's soft and powdery. The oud's not too funky, but it's clearly there's an oud of some sort. No matter how natural or unnatural it is, it's an oud smell. Maybe some patchouli. And I'm not saying there isn't amber, but I don't get a real warm quality to this one. So I'm going to venture to say there may not be any ambery note of any kind here because it doesn't really come across warm. That's actually better than I thought it was going to be. I don't know how accurate it is to Arabians Tonka, but I tell you what, standalone, it smells great. It doesn't come across synthetic, like cheap. It's not cheap smelling. It's a powdery vanilla with like the oud rose combo that hit right away is kind of the supportive thing here. It's more of a vanilla fragrance. Arabians Tonka. So it's got to be Tonka bean. Tonka's in the name. So that's got to be the case, right? Let's pull up Aroma Concepts. I have the site pulled up. Let's go Tonka. You would think it would have been one of the first ones. Oh, because that's not in the name. That's... Oh. Oh, I wonder if Parfumos got it too. Parfumos. Oh, wait, actually, my bad. So we got it here, and then I want to see if Parfumos got it too. They do not. Okay, so that's pointless. Here you go. Rose, oud, patchouli, and vanille. I'm assuming vanilla. So it does have patchouli. So that is adding to that creaminess, but it doesn't really give it much of an earthy smell. The rose is like thick and jammy and sweet. Like you'd swear there's some kind of like fruity berry type of note because of the way the rose comes across. Could just be that particular rose. It's probably something like a Bulgarian rose. But it's a powdery vanilla smell. Not super powdery. It's soft powder. It's a soft powder note. Super smooth, perfectly unisex. I don't find it leans feminine, but I also don't find it leans all that masculine either. This is good stuff. $40 before the code for the 10% off. So $36. Not too shabby at all. I wonder what performance is going to be like. We'll find out because I've got cool weather for the, mild weather at minimum for the foreseeable future with some cooler days than that. So I'll be wearing it over, some point in the next week or so. This is quite nice. Just the opening alone's an 8 out of 10. It's a great opening. Opening's really good. Really good. I don't think it's going to change much, though. I think it's going to be pretty linear. Because what I'm seeing in the note breakdown seems pretty believable, minus that kind of berry fruitiness that I'm getting. Aside from that, this note breakdown makes perfect sense for what I'm smelling. So it's probably not going to really change a whole lot. It's going to be pretty linear. It's smooth. Yeah, for now. I mean, we'll revisit it in a few minutes before we close out the stream, but the early stage of this is very much an 8 out of 10 great. I would love to try the original because the clone's it's really, really good. It's not like mind-blowing, oh my God, I've never smelled anything so amazing. That's why it's not getting 9 or better. But it's up there. It's up there. 8 out of 10. Great on my rating scale. I love the opening. Like I said, we'll revisit in a little bit. Let's get caught up with the chat. We'll revisit. Dino's in the house. Boss Bottle Night. Thinking of buying Cartier Roadster soon. Well, if you're looking for Cartier content, Justin would be the one-stop shop, I would think. He covers a lot of Cartier. Gerald, good to see you. Excited for this. Well, it's so far so good. I mean, I know I'm a little behind, but so far so good. Chris Collins, African Ruibos. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm butchering it. Well, good to see you, Gerald. I know I'm butchering the name. I think Arabians Tonka is hard to beat. Such a great scent. I'm sure the original is a little better. The original is usually better than the clone most of the time. It's rare. They can't all be 9 p.m. Of course, that's an opinion too. That's my opinion. But this is really good. I think it has potential for that rating to increase, but I think 8 out of 10 is going to be pretty, kind of almost set in stone. I have a feeling it definitely is not going to drop. I don't see it turning for the worse to where it'll lower its rating, but there's always that potential through a full wearing experience and everything where that rating can go up. I'm digging this. That patchouli is coming out a little bit more, so it is a subtle, nuanced change. I mean, we're just a few minutes in, so I can't expect drastic change right now on skin. There's a slight kind of almost chocolatey, earthy feel, like not a straight up chocolate note. You know how patchouli can be chocolatey sometimes. But I am getting a little bit of that, a little bit. And because it's vanilla, it's hard to say that it's adding any creaminess to the vanilla because it could just be the vanilla. The oud doesn't come across smoky. It's not dry. It's a good one. This is a good one. Black gold, LOL. Looks like the bottle we all bought yesterday. Yeah, right? Very similar to Mancera Black Gold for sure. Good day, Ross. Wearing amber leather from Milestone. Good to see you, Dakota. I don't really get any spice. Not really. Not really. Let's look at Arabian Tonka. I'm sure there's more to their note breakdown. Parfumo. Whoops. Mouse is jumping all around. So here we go. Highly rated, 1,300 ratings. Shit. That's a lot. Oriental sweet, spicy, woody gourmand. See, I don't really get all that much spice. See, you got saffron in the top here on that one. It's not super spicy. I'm not saying there isn't a spiced undertone, but it's not like super fiery hot and jumps out at me like certain saffron notes can in the top. If anything, there's, now that it's calming down, there's a little bit of a leathery facet. I'm not saying that there's a leather accord in here, but like I wouldn't have guessed that, but it does have a little bit of a leathery facet starting to creep in. Patchouli's starting to really show its head though. But it is starting to change. So I have to eat my words on thinking it'll be very linear because it's clearly not. That was an assumption based off of the note breakdown that I was seeing over here for the clone. Because, I mean, seeing that, it seems like it would be straightforward. But there's clearly more going on. And I'm not saying it's the same blend as this. So they do use a Bulgarian rose from Montale. So I would assume a Bulgarian rose oil of some sort for the Paris Corner fragrance. I definitely don't get oak moss and stuff like that. But then again, that could, because there's a little bit of a chocolatey facet that I'm getting. So I think there really is patchouli oil in here of some kind. So I believe this. Like I said, I really believe this is the majority of what I'm smelling. So this is a believable note breakdown for me. But I could see some of these becoming a little subtly nuanced throughout, if any of that is indeed here. Because, I mean, if they're cloning it, they obviously want to get as close to the scent profile as possible. I would think that's the objective. But, yeah, I don't really get a lot of what that is. So it's not necessarily one-to-one just based off of what I'm seeing on the note breakdown. But I'd have to get Arabians Tonka to do a side-by-side just to see how accurate they actually are. But as a standalone, I'm really digging it. That 8 out of 10 stands. Not super dry. I think that vanilla is keeping it from drying out too much. It's not a dusty vanilla, though it is a little powdery on my skin. I don't think Arabians Tonka, it would be Tonka dominant, but Mancera, Montale, who the hell knows? Yeah, so this is definitely, which the vanilla note could just be Tonka bean. I mean, it's cloning a Tonka fragrance. So, and that's probably why I'm getting some powder, because Tonka bean typically comes across a little bit more powdery than a vanilla note most of the time, at least on me. That's been my experience. Passed on a rack store when sprayed it. Nice powder vanilla oud strong. Doesn't come off warm. Not super warm. Is it warm overall? Does it have a freshness? There's no real freshness here. It is warming up slightly compared to the opening. The opening had a little bit of a cool, thick vanilla smell to it. Aside from that thick Jamie Rose, which I'm still getting plenty of. That's still at the forefront. But I still wouldn't call it all that spicy. Like they have for Arabians Tonka, it's ranked as the 3rd main accord. Based on this, I would say 5th. Like there is a light spice coming in more, but it's not, I wouldn't call it a spicy fragrance. So I would say maybe like the 5th, rank it number 5 as far as 5 main accords. Reminded me of Tom Ford Noir Extreme, but more powdery and spicy with Tonka, saffron, and brown sugar. Glad to be back. Forgot we started early. Camera, since it's cooler here in Fort Worth. Hat of the day, black A-frame golfer-style rope hat from the new Mike Leach Texas Tech private collection. I'm trying to show out today. Here I'm coming with a Hat Club exclusive drop, and then you coming over the top with something like that. Go ahead, Adam. Go ahead with your bad self. Greetings from Germany. I'm Alexander and Lucas. You're the best fragrance YouTuber, bro. Well, I appreciate the compliment. Thank you very much. Glad to have you. Is it on the same quality level as Camaro Homme Intense? I would say on par. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't come across as screechy and synthetic or anything like that. Because Camaro Home Intense, same thing. I don't get really all that cheap and synthetic smelling. I wouldn't necessarily put it on the same pedestal of Dior, but it's close. It's pretty close in quality, I think, as far as Camaro Home Intense. And I think we're kind of in the same ballpark here, where I'm sure Montale's a little bit higher quality. I don't think it's going to be a great difference because this doesn't come across really all that synthetic to me. A little bit. It's a little synthetic, but I mean, doesn't smell cheap to me. I think it's a good fragrance. Sean Conley's in the house wearing Royal Tobacco from Amouage. Boss number 6. The OG is still incredible. Manuel, good to see you. Micaleaf Gin Tonic. One of the most underappreciated niche releases of the year right there, my man. I wore that one not long ago, like 2 weeks ago. I do like Nautical Voyage. Best fresh fragrance. I mean, it's a building block of a collection, I think. I think everybody should give it a shot. Even if you end up hating it, at least you gave it a shot because it's cheap. Just for shits and giggles, I'm about to order the new date fragrance from Kesmet. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. No joke. I don't even know what fragrance you're talking about. Got my nose on Guerlain Quit Intense while I was on vacation. And wow, essentially a leather tobacco bomb with the most realistic dry tobacco note I've ever had my nose on. Very powerful stuff. Well noted, my friend. Well noted. Danielle, good to see you. Cineday's Tonka Cola. Just got it in today. Reminds me of Haribo Fizzy Cola gummies and bottle caps. That's fair. I totally know what you're talking about. I love Tonka Cola. I love Tonka Cola. I've been testing Cherry Cola, Paris Corners version, and it's good. It's not as strong, and it's not as good. Tonka Cola is still a better fragrance. Like I said, when it comes to the clone versus the original, 99 times out of 100, you're going to hear me tell you the original is better because it's usually the case. But for the money, it's not too shabby. But if you got Tonka Cola, you definitely don't need it. Tonka Cola is the original is the superior fragrance. But that's good stuff. You smelling great. You're definitely smelling great. Late to the show again, wearing Poets of Berlin. Watch yesterday's stream this morning. Coral Fantasy is indeed that jam. Yeah, I ended up not grabbing it, but I'm going to grab it soon. I will have it before the year's out. I'm going to get it before the year's out for sure. Lattafa Amethyst got the new Paco Rabanne 1 million Royal Oud on the way. Golden Oud. Golden Oud. I'm hoping to get that on Friday. What's going on, Randy? Wearing Hawass Ice. Hope all's well. I saw Angel Cubano. He posted on IG. He got his bottle too. My bottle doesn't get in until tomorrow. So like I told you guys, you're going to see a flood of Hawass Ice content from the North American content creators. You're going to see just over the next week. Get ready, guys. Get ready. It's coming. Everybody's going to be trying to race each other like it even matters. Just put your video out whenever. People are going to watch because they want to know. People who trust your opinion are going to want to know what you think. And this goes for everyone, not just Randy. This goes for everyone. Camaro Home Intense, great quality-wise for the money. Smells of luxury to me. I'm a fan. It's one of my favorite Paris Corners I've gotten this year. Hope you're well. Send a day. Why sell myself? My bottle comes in tomorrow. Chopard. Some of the notes are rum, date, cherry, plum, chocolate. Ooh. Sounds pretty gourmand, though, I have to say. So we'll scroll down a little bit more. I also need to give Montale Blue Matcha a go. Noted. I'll keep that in mind. There's just so many. Pierre Montale puts out a lot of good stuff between Mancera and Montale. So it's not always the easiest to get a hold of everything, but yeah. Go. I know you meant gold. Y'all meant Golden Oud. I'm interested to check it out because they've been doing well with the 1 million line for the last couple of years. I think I like the last handful of releases. Supremacy Silver from Off Now for Keith. Also got my Hawass Ice in today, but I was excited about my Tonka. LOL. We'll be testing it tomorrow. I'm going to venture to say the Tonka Cola was the better one to wear today because Hawass Ice, I'm confident it's going to be good. But it's going to smell like a bunch of other things, I'm sure, or in the same realm as some other freshies. It's not going to be something new, whereas Tonka Cola was something pretty new. And Tonka Cola is incredible. I'm sure when you go to Hawass Ice, you're like, you're gonna like it, probably. You're more than likely going to enjoy it. But you can be like, yeah, Tonka Cola is better. Because Tonka Cola is that jam to me. Can't wait to hear you if you prefer that or Ralph's Club EDP. Is that something I should be comparing one another to? Because I hear there's like a dominant orange note or something like that with myself, and you definitely don't get that in Ralph's Club. So we'll see. Bill Fleming, a little late to the party. What up, fellas? Reflection 45. Ooh, killing it today. Then King Blue for tonight. Damn, 2 hommages today. Or maybe I'll just play ball and go with Arabians Tonka. I'm getting more and more of a leathery facet here. As it dries down, there's a soft, like almost like a brown leather, like that robust, not quite rawhide feel, but more of a luxurious smell, like a soft leather, like leather goods, wallets, belts, stuff like that, that kind of leather. Discontinued fragrances. I've only tried one Montale Chocolate Greedy, and I love it. There's a lot of hype behind that. I've never tried that one, believe it or not. And it's been getting love for years. Good to see you, my man. Day Aqua Cinziali Blue. One of my favorites for sure. Any comment about myself having a sweet tart candy opening was spot on, and that's exactly what I get. Yeah, blue matcha is interesting. Matcha with tobacco, and it's fresh. It's interesting. Noted. Now you have my intrigue. Raph, what's going on, big dog? Wearing Starlight from Zaharoff. Mail call today, Lamal Elixir and Boss Bottled Elixir. Ooh, you have a great package in your possession. That's 2 good ones right there. That's like upper echelon designer releases of the year to me. Shocked to hear more people talking about what I get front and center. Man, Sarah's killing me with so many new releases on the way. I saw that Amore Cafe. The notes of Amore. So I didn't look at the notes. I saw the post for my fragrance because I was getting set up for this. But yeah, it looks exactly like Tonka Cola in the picture with a different name on it. But I have a feeling it's going to be great. I still want Cosmic Pepper. I'm sure it's good. Strong with you. Smash the like button. Still need to pick up Arabians Tonka and Honey Oud. Yeah, you need Honey Oud. Honey Oud's a stunner, an absolute stunner. I'm ready for my order to come with black gold. Just smells like Cocoa Puffs. Which fragrance? Oh, Chocolate Greedy. Really? I like Cocoa Puffs. Chris Reynolds was going to buy Montale Arabians Tonka over the weekend at full retail because we came with a body cream for $180, but when I went to Neiman, I smelled Woods and Spices, so I got it from, I think he meant Joma Shop for $50. Yeah, Woods and Spices is fantastic. That's a great easy wear monster performer. It's not run-of-the-mill, but you got to like that orange blossom smell, but it's a powdery, creamy wood. Obviously, a little bit of spice and everything. I love it. It's so much better than Nico Sculpture. And like Altair, I get a similar top to Altair, but I think Montale Wood and Spices is better. I think you picked up a good one. Yeah, as soon as more, I'm getting it. Well, damn. All right, then. Canyon from Bath & Body Works. Coming in a little late, just got out of the gym wearing Vibrant Vetiver Delight. Hell yeah, that was in today's Fresh Out the Shower video. That's, believe it or not, it's been like almost 2 years since I revamped that video. It's over a year and a half. So it was due. It's been requested quite a bit. And a few things changed on it. And we whittled it down from 10 to 8. There's a few things that came back that are just like favorites of mine. But there's a few that recently I've been enjoying, and that's one of them. Antonio, good to see you. No fragrance has given me a reaction like Leighton. It blew my mind. Leighton, I mean, wife loves the way it smells. She did tell me it was very strong, though, because I have 6 sprays on. 6 sprays is really more than you need with Leighton, at least with my bottle. The Macy's today dry down smells like a bitter body odor to me. Really dislike it, but got a sample of Phantom Parfum. Excited to try it. Sam wearing Wood and Spices. I'm not surprised if you just bought it. Legit Cocoa Puffs. Well, damn. You have my curiosity. See, that's the thing. Everybody's split on why I sell myself. That's been hilarious to sit back and watch because I'm going to be late to the game. I waited for it to get cheaper at discounters because everybody's so split on it. I'm going to be my own judge. It's a beast on me. Reminds me of, so I haven't tried Lafayette Street, but yeah, it's a beast on me too. Arabians Tonka Joma Shop for $69. Yeah, I had to go look for Wood and Spices. Nice. My fragrances Victus and Baccarat Gel reactions from people. Okay. Too heavy to wear in the heat. Not sure if they still have it, but Cosmic Pepper testers on FragranceNet. Really? Damn it. I just spent a couple $100 last night. Take your time. Well, they have it. Let's put the code in first. And see what it'll be. So GNPL3, 37% off. And that will get you a 4-ounce tester for $71. I'll be damned. Or full presentation for $83. That's great too. Well, shit. KJ, I just want to blame you. Damn it. Well, let me leave that up. Guys, don't buy all 5. Only buy 4. I mean, if y'all buy it, y'all buy it. It is what it is. I don't mind buying the full presentation for $12 more. I'm going to throw the box away anyway. I don't care. Yeah, I'm probably going to jump on that. That's a release I've been wanting. I'm going to jump on that. Damn it. I just bought fragrances last night. I just bought a whole order of fragrances 4 days before. Damn it. It's been a very heavy fragrance buying year for me. Very heavy. Very. Been a hot minute since the day Dunhill Custom. Jason, what's going on? Armand Jane Gatsby 22. Never tried that one from them. Great house, though. Polo Red Extreme. I missed the boat on that one. I did. I like the line. Finally getting cooler where I am wearing L'Homme L'Intense layered with Zafiro crafted oud. That's an interesting combination. You got to try Fragrance World Essence de Blanc Imagination Clone. It's fantastic. Try to keep that in mind. I have the Fahrenheit Le Parfum clone coming. I put it in and out my cart for the last 2 orders. This time I went ahead and pulled the trigger because I love Fahrenheit Le Parfum. I haven't worked in a while, but I want to do a side-by-side and see if it's really that good because Fahrenheit Le Parfum still goes for over $100 for that 75 ml. So if it's that close for right around 30, right below 30, like the high 20s I paid, then it might be worth checking out. Fragrance World's pretty good with their designer clones, gotta say. We restocked a lot of fragrances on the 20th of October. Yeah, they're going to get me again. I'm sure they'll restock some stuff I want. It's been happening a lot lately, guys. So I'm saying it's been a heavy year. Amber Oud Exclusive Blue. So I've heard people say it's really good. Yeah, I'll split on myself. It's one of those, once the hype and hate wears down, you realize it's quite good. Ooh, French Riviera. Yeah, French Riviera is fantastic. I've been praising that fragrance all year long. Hell, I wore it Saturday. I love French Riviera. It's in the range of $1,500. It was a little over $1,400 when I did the video a couple weeks back, but I bought a lot of fragrances and got some fragrances in that were sent to me. It's in the $1,500 range. Yeah, it's a lot. It's overkill. I think you were able to get the Mancera. Yeah, I bought it last night. I ended up buying 5 or 6 fragrances. I bought Boss Bottled Oud Aromatic. I've been having my eye on that. Been wanting to get it. That's one of them. Mancera Midnight Gold. Been wanting to get that one. What else did I get? I got the Reinhardt or whatever it's called, the Fahrenheit Le Parfum clone. What else? I'm leaving one out. I'm drawing a blank. It was 5 fragrances, though. Get that free shipping on stuff I'm going to buy anyway, you know. Narciso Rodriguez, for him, EDP. Love the recent content. Well, Kevin, I sure appreciate that, and I'm glad to have you here. Got a 2 ml decan of Absolute Aventus today. Nice, but nothing mind-blowing. Definitely not $545 worthy. And I'm sure that's going to be the consensus. That's what I want to try it, but I'm not like going to bend over backwards to try to get my hands on it. It's not that serious, but I would like to experience it. Oh, yeah, it's overkill. It's ridiculous. You got me started in this hobby. Well, Giovanni, I appreciate that, and I apologize at the same time because I have a bad habit of people wanting to buy stuff when they watch me. I'm not trying to get people to buy stuff. I swear to God, it's just me and how I am. After live, I had a bunch of messages telling me how not to buy black gold, that I wouldn't like it, LOL, so I didn't. I'll get a decan eventually. That's hilarious. I really liked it. But I mean, there's things you and I are completely split on. There's stuff where we're right on in line with each other, and there's stuff where we're completely opposite. So who knows where that falls? Who knows? Legit, a good way, better performer. I think you would like it for the money. Okay. When I first got French Riviera, oversimplified is less salty sunscreen scent, but as I've given full wearing, it's so much more. Quickly become my favorite Mancera. So it's one of my absolute favorites. It's my favorite fresh fragrance from them. It has become my favorite fresh fragrance over Wave Musk and Sicily and Sole d'Italy or d'Italy, however you say it. Those were my top two. They're now my 2 and 3. I love French Riviera. It's such a casual vibe. That fragrance is a vibe. That's one of those I would put in that category where it's not just a scent profile, it's not just a style, it is a legitimate vibe. We were on the beach that day. It was a mild day where the water was just way too cold to get in, and it was great. It was a breezy day, out on the beach, feet in the sand. It was perfect. It fit the vibe perfectly. Well, yeah, I mean, nobody's rapid firing too heavily, and I'm not getting stuck on anything for too long. Like, it hasn't really been questions. It's been comments for the most part. Like, the questions are pretty quick ones. So it's mostly been comments I'm reading instead of questions. Just so damn laid back and fun. Couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. Well, it's been about 20 minutes or so. Let's revisit. It hasn't changed greatly. It has gotten woodier. It's a bit more woodsy. A little darker. It's a little bit darker than it was before. Again, I think it's that patchouli creeping in. And definitely a bit more leathery, but not real spicy. I'm sure Arabians Tonka is spicier than this, since it's like they're ranking it as the third highest main accord. There's a light, just background little undertone, but it's there, but it's not prominent. Randy said YouTube has been kicking me out saying it crashed. Anyone else having that issue? I got YouTube running on a separate window over here. It's rolling fine. I don't know. I'm not having that issue. Currently wearing a $15 fragrance that I recently picked up at TJ Maxx called Contra. It's the one in the blue bottle. It's really well done. Leighton clone. Okay. Tomorrow's fragrance, Ferragamo Uomo Signature. That's good stuff. Would Fabulous Yuzu be good for the fall? Yes, it's so naturally you're going to think it's a summer fragrance, but it's not. It smells like lemon bars. Some of you have heard me say that. It's much more of a gourmand than I think anyone could have imagined, way more than I could have. I think it's better for a good fall day, like a warm fall day, not a hot day, but a warm fall day, because there's so much vanilla. It smells like lemon bars to me. Great performer. Delicious. It smells delicious. It really does. Yeah, it's definitely, I don't think it's a summer fragrance at all. I think what you're looking as far as season, yeah, I think it's way better for that, my man. Way, way better. Prada L'Homme Intense, excellent choice. The clone's a little different. They put a twist in it for sure. So you've tried both? Because I could believe it. Based on Arabians Tonka's note breakdown and this note breakdown and what I'm smelling, I feel like there is a little bit of a difference here. I don't think it's, again, I haven't smelled the original. It could be much closer than I'm thinking, but I'm guessing it's somewhere in the 80 to 90% accurate range. I doubt it's 1-to-1, but by itself, it smells fantastic. It's not as powdery as it was, though that's still there. This is such a sensual fragrance. I keep going back to that word. This would be this is going to be a great evening out scent. Cooler weather, evenings out, cozy, come hither, cuddle up type of stuff, dinner. Not super formal, though could be for sure. This is good stuff. This is really, really good stuff. Just bought them all. Licks are very nice. I agree. Pre-original vetiver for $180. That's probably the cheapest you'll get it. I want to say most of the time it's around 200 and some change. I think that's a pretty good price. When I sampled Galan L'Homme Ideal Intense, it gave me a sort of cherry cola vibe. No. I mean, I literally have my travel atomizer of it right here. No, this is way more smoke and leather. Tonka Cola is much more spicy, powdery. The Tonka bean's prominent from the start. It's powdery while being warm and spicy and rich. Yeah, it doesn't have the smokiness. It doesn't have a strong leathery facet, because that's like the main things I get from L'Intense. Like, they could do the same job. They're not the same aroma. Go back because it stopped scrolling down the new messages. Okay. Best Man Sarah for me are Instant Crush, Cedrat Boisé, and Roses Vanille, which I haven't tried that one. Yeah, I get asked about Hindu Kush all the time. I got asked about it a little while ago in this chat. It's been a long time since I smelled it, but I remember it being like an earthy green with some citrus that didn't really smell like marijuana. I didn't try this, but also, you said you don't feel the saffron. The original has saffron like an Instant Crush, but darker with some powdery tonka and sugar cane. I'm gonna have to try the original. No, it's just one of those things that I've been buying so much other stuff. It's hard to buckle down and drop the $700 on the sign. I still plan on doing it. I still stay in touch with them. Yeah, it's $710 before tax, or I think that's what it is after tax. $710 for the sign. And I've just been buying so much. Like, I dropped another $300 on fragrances yesterday when I spent $400 on fragrances 4 days before that. I'm about to buy some stuff from fragrance. I've been buying hats. I've been like, all my play money that I allot myself every month has been going, because that's not necessary. The sign goes into the play money pile. Like, just I call that my play money. That's the stuff that it's not necessity things. There's a certain amount I allot myself every month, and yeah, it's been going to other things. That's the issue. I don't know. I mean, that's not for me to decide. That would be for a lady to decide. Smells really good, though. Found some fragrances my fiance likes. They were Crystal Noir and Dylan Blue Parfum, and Cherry on Top from Joe Turk. Jotek. I don't know how to say that. Did you get your nose on some Jotek fragrances? They are awesome. Thoughts on Oud Lemon Mint? Any fragrances sent? No. I think it's pretty unique, actually. It's a very creamy lemon, bitter almond, woodsy, not all that minty, with a prominent oud almond sandalwood combination. Powerful, very unique fragrance. Fragrance I'm bringing are Arancia de Capri, St. Bart's, and Pardalome Intense, trying to go for the cruise vibe. Thanks for answering my previous question. My pleasure. Glad to have you here. So we'll hang out for a few more minutes. We're going to do a hard stop at an hour, so I can go get a few things done before my stream with Justin, because I'll be live with Justin in an hour and 13 minutes on his channel. Blind buy worthy. Get a decant first if you're hesitant for sure. I did a blind buy and found out it's not for me. It's very subjective. Indeed. Michael Mack, what's going on? And you work out short. I thought that you were a yoked Jay Glazer. Would you wear a layer Lamar in the winter? I wouldn't layer it. I'm not the layering. I don't really layer, but Lamar absolutely works in the winter. It's got the density for it, and it's strong enough. Absolutely. Lamar is you can get away with it year round. Easy on the trigger if you live in a high humidity area for the summer, but you can wear it year round. Absolutely. I'm just not the layering type. Didn't like that Oud Lemon Mint. It was very dry on me, almost like a mint tea powder. That's fair. Don't worry, I didn't know how to pronounce Jotek earlier either. I'm sure I'm not saying it right. Joe Turk? That's what it looks like to me. I could be wrong here, but that's what it looks like. Anybody else try this one so far? I'm vibing with it. It's my kind of jam. So I like Oud Rose fragrances. I have a lot of them. I typically wear them specifically in the winter because they're usually pretty heavy. This doesn't come across as super heavy, but definitely fall at the warmest. Maybe early spring, depending on what your springs are like. Like where I was in Colorado, yeah, early, still snowing in early spring. Here, probably not going to be so much as far as the temperature. Definitely not going to be snowing in the spring. But I really dig this. It's a little leathery. It's still a powdery vanilla smell, tonka bean basically. A light patchouli. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Uh-oh. Fantastic. Well, I apologize about that. We had a random error that froze everything for a second. That was strange. So I'm seeing it catch up on YouTube right now. Sorry about that, guys. That was weird. It just froze. I'm like, what the hell? And then it flashed black for a second, and there was an AMD bug report tool error message from my graphics card popped up. That was random. Sorry about that. But like I was saying, soft powdery vanilla, nice and leathery, starting to settle in a little chocolatey tone from the patchouli, a nice spicy tone just hovering in the backdrop. And that rose is still nice and thick, not as sweet as it was. Like it doesn't have that berry fruity rose smell to it as much anymore, but it's still really good. I'm sticking with my 8 out of 10. I think it's great. 8 out of 10. All right. Any crazy gym or close quarter area story where you couldn't believe someone was wearing that? Happens all the time. I get whiffs of people daily that are wearing some strong ass fragrances. I just don't get it. Like sometimes I get choked out where it's like I got to go to a different area because I'm not trying to get overwhelmed by somebody's fragrance while I'm doing lat pull downs or something. You know what I mean? Like I know there's people that are totally the opposite of me and they're like, screw that. I wear ouds. I wear this. I wear beast mode fragrance. Good for you. I'm glad I don't work out with you. There's a lot of people that do that. I get it. But there's also a lot of people that can't believe I wear a fresh, weak fragrance because there's guys that don't believe you should wear anything. So there's people across the whole spectrum. I fall in the middle. Weak, fresh fragrance, sure. But I actually haven't been wearing anything to the gym for a little while now. It's been weeks since I sprayed anything for the gym. That's kind of how I give myself a break now because I wear something during the day. I typically, most nights, wear something out the shower. Once in a while, I don't. Trying to give my skin a little bit more of a break. Let's see. Larry Lamar with Ani. It was good. Okay. So we got about 7 more minutes, and we're going to go ahead and shut it down, guys. Let's see. Didn't get the almond note. I got some dry mint with oud. Lemon was just in the opening. Where can I cop a sample of? I don't think when it comes to Paris Corner fragrances, I don't think they do samples. It's pretty much blind buy or happen to go to a store that has them. Yeah, I think it's blind buy only pretty much. So choose wisely. Choose wisely. Maybe somebody might be selling a decant online. Check decant sites. Just search it. See if you can find somebody doing it. Glacial Essence. I haven't wore that in a while. That's a good one. Smell and perform. No, they're not gonna smell the same. They're not gonna perform the same because there's no alcohol. They're not being atomized. They're not going to project as well. They're going to sit very close to the skin. They're going to last a really long time. The base is going to be stronger than the top. You get more of the base note because it's very heavy, high oil concentration. It's a different experience. That's why it's good to have the oil, and if you want like eternal longevity out of certain fragrances, have an oil version of it and the spray, and you'll get the best of both that way. Omar, good to see you. Camera problem might have to do with what Randy said. It could. No, it was my entire computer. It wasn't YouTube. It was my computer. So my watch is telling me to get up and move around. It's constantly doing that when I sit here for these live streams. Just bought a fragrance set for me and my wife by Rave, that Lattafa offshoot, and the two are called Luxure. One for men, one for women. I love it. Good to know. Input. Love that Chris Collins. Randy gave your computer a virus. Yeah, that's what it is. It's all Randy's fault. Yeah, blame it on Randy. Said each extra spray of Eros at the gym gives you an extra rep. Yeah, there you go. It's like it's a form of pre-workout. Ooh, I hope you enjoy it, Brett. That's a goodie. Definitely a goodie. I did. I ended up buying 5 fragrances last night. And then now it looks like I'm about to order some fragrances from FragranceNet too. Damn it. The buying never ends. All right, Ross, I'm out, bro. See you on Justin's Live. All right, my man. See you soon. What's up, Josh? How are you? Big respect for us being a fellow evening showerer. Yeah, unless my day warrants a daytime shower, I typically just shower in the evenings. You know, even sweating early in the day, if I'm not stinking, I'm good. I typically dry off properly and all that stuff. Now, if I sweat profusely, like it's really bad, like these cardio days where I'm like, when I'm cutting, I'm sweating more. Like I'm in a surplus. I'm not doing near as much cardio. I'm not sweating as much. Still sweating, but I'm not sweating as much. So when I go back to a deficit, whenever I do decide to make that move, because I've kind of settled into it, that I'm going to be a little bit chubbier, but my workouts are great. I'm growing, I'm strong. I haven't lost vascularity in my arms and stuff like that. Like still have vascularity in a lot of places. Like I'm seeing a difference with the surplus. So I'm kind of sticking to it for a while. I'm trying to hold on. I was thinking end of the month I was going to go back to a deficit, but I might keep going. We'll see where I'm at the end of the month. So like I'm kind of balancing act right now. Like once a week, I'm doing 2 days where I go into deficit, cut the carbs back. That's kind of the thing now because I feel a lot better when I cut some of the water out. So that's kind of where I'm at with it. But I know that doesn't really tie into your question, but that's point being I'm explaining what's going on for those that are in the know with that stuff. So when I'll go back to I have to take a shower sometimes when I'm on a deficit because I'm doing so much more cardio and I'm layering at the gym for cardio. So I really sweat, really, really sweat. What do you think is the best note that goes with incense? That's tough. That's very tough. I would typically think some sort of spice or dense wood. Cardamom and cinnamon tend to go pretty well with incense. Montrese, what's going on? Whoops. I was trying to go here. It jumped ahead. I'm late. What happened? Was it good? Ombre Noir. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Pretty damn good. Just saw Hawass Ice came in the mail. Can't wait to get home. So everybody's getting it today but me. Same here. See you on Justin's Live. Hit that thumbs up button. Let them know. We'll see you later, Joel. It's beast mode. Only do 2 sprays and fill the room for days. What's the over-under on Hawass Ice reviews? Oh, it's going to be a flood this week. It's a flood this week, dude. Going through into the weekend, it's going to be a flood. Armani Code Profumo. Damn good choice. Still need a bottle of Lobola Parfum. The search continues. That's a phenomenal fragrance. One of the best releases last year. I usually go straight up Ice Squeeze Super at the gym. Eccentric Molecules are pretty much perfect for that. Vanilla and Incense. Try Mercedes-Benz Club Black. That's a good one. That's definitely a good one. So, guys, we're about to hit the 1 hour mark. We're actually caught up in the chat. It's stayed pretty close to caught up the whole time. So I will utilize this to go ahead and shut it down. So those of you not subscribed to Justin for some reason or another, definitely go check him out. We'll be live at 4 o'clock Central, an hour and 3 minutes from now. We'll be live on Justin's channel, ranking and comparing and discussing why our ratings are different with 7 specific Parfums de Marly fragrances. So definitely check us out over there. I appreciate those of you that wanted to come hang out with me for a little bit. If this interests you, there's a link pinned in the chat with the discount code as well as in the description. Obviously, blind buy at your own risk. I don't encourage it, but if you're interested, we're all adults here. You do whatever you want with your money, just like I do. So I appreciate you guys. Make sure to like this stream before you leave. Check out today's video if you haven't checked it out yet. Fresh out the shower fragrances. We updated it for the first time in almost 2 years. Almost. A little over a year and a half. And I'll see you guys on Justin's channel here in just a little bit. Have a good one.